Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about if you really need a mentor. So for me, I would say I never really had a mentor before. I mean, people would say like let's pair you up with a mentor, and that never really worked out. I turned out fine. However, there were a lot of times where I felt like I wish I could talk to someone specifically who could relate to what I was going through. So, for example, when I was in college, I had a lot of classes that I struggled with. I feel like as a freshman, when you first get to college, you're trying to navigate a lot of new things. And so for me, I think that if I had a mentor, I would have been way better off as a freshman than I was when I first got to Michigan State. Like I said, I never really had a mentor, and I turned out just fine. However, I think having a mentor is super important because number one, that person can literally help you get through everything. Now, when I say everything, say you have a mentor who has the same major as you. So someone who has the same major as you and is your mentor, they're probably going to be older than you, meaning they probably took the classes you've taken already. They probably failed the class or did really well in the class, so they can help you figure out study tips and who to talk to, what to actually study for exams, and bam, you 4 pointed the class and all you did was have a mentor. A lot of other times mentors are good for stress relievers. So sometimes I hear people say like, oh yeah, I'm about to go hang out with my mentor today. We're going to go bowling and we're just going to talk about life. And so I personally think that I wish I would have had a mentor who not only looked like me, but also a mentor who didn't look like me. And so what I mean by that is a mentor who looks like you, meaning someone you can relate to. So I'm a young African American woman. I would try to find a mentor who was an African American woman because I would feel like she can directly relate to what I'm going through. She can directly relate to the struggles that I feel like I have as an African American woman. Now, when I say find a mentor that doesn't look like you, what I mean by that is probably a person of the opposite sex and of a different race. So for me, someone who I would have liked to be my mentor in college is a white male because this teacher for me was very instrumental in my success today. And I say that because he was super hard on me. He made sure that I was super hard on myself, but knowing that if I wasn't, then I wasn't going to be as successful as I can be and that I am today. So I say that because not only can that person help you, be a better you, but they can also open up doors that you may not be able to open simply because we live in America. Let's just be honest. A lot of times people see you before they hear you. So you may walk into a room with this mentor and people might say, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. And then they walk up to your mentor and they, give them a nice firm handshake, say, hey, nice to meet you, so glad you came. We have this over here for you. We've set up all this great stuff for you. And you're like, I didn't get that same kind of treatment. And then when they introduce you, then the person kind of takes you more serious. Like, oh, you all came together. Let me treat you with more respect. And sorry to say this, but that is just the reality of the situation. So having a mentor who looks like you so they understand those same things that you're going to, but also having a mentor who looks different from you in race and gender. And it doesn't have to be, if you're African American, it doesn't have to be a Caucasian person. It could be someone who is Hispanic. It could be someone who is Asian. It could be anyone. That was just someone who I would have preferred to be my mentor because I just really liked his work ethic. But just make sure when you're picking a mentor, make sure you have people who can really help you be better for yourself. And also, when you have a mentor, make sure you're not just calling that mentor or emailing that mentor when you need something. Make sure you're checking up on that mentor. So one thing that I'm really bad at is keeping up with people. And when I say that, I mean, I don't really call people or email them to have a conversation. It's more so, hey, just thinking about you. Hope everything is well. can't wait to see you again soon. You know, simple things, but people really like when you do that because it's like, oh wow, this person thought about me. And I know when people text me and say that, it just makes my whole day. And I'm just like, oh, this person thought about me. Like, how nice of them. Like, I really needed that simple message of encouragement. Like, hope all is well. So make sure you're keeping up with your mentors. So then when you really need them for something, like a letter of recommendation or something, they're like, oh, this is my mentee. Like, I know this person. Not just like, oh, this is that girl that emails me every 2 months. Like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, I need a letter of recommendation. You don't want to be that mentee. And also, when you become a mentee, start taking tips from your mentor, because eventually someone will ask you to be their mentor, and you want to be able to help them the best way you can. If there are things about your mentor that you didn't like, you want to be able to do that differently with your mentee. So make sure that, again, find you a mentor, find more than one mentor who can help you in different aspects of life, and then learn from that mentor and find you a mentee so that you can also help them in their aspects of life. If you have any questions, you can always email me or you can comment below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you find your perfect mentor. See you guys soon.